Welcome to Metaphysical Life Support, a place to learn about the subtle and profound effects of metaphysics in our life. This show is about exploration tools and the people who live in awareness, supporting and inspiring us all to live from our source, empowering ourselves to manifest consciously, encouraging us to have compassion and a sense of humor about being human. I am so delighted. Today I get to talk with Kymm Nelsen, and we are just going to start talking, and then we'll do other more formal interviews. So Kymm Nelsen,
Hi.
Thank you.
Hi, thanks for having me, Naomi.
I always love getting to spend time with you. You have so much richness in the way you perceive the world.
Thank you.
And so I'm going to bring another little guest onto the table here because we have a mutual friend.
Hi, Groot.
In a previous episode, I was talking about symbols, and we were both really appreciating Groot and Ents and trees.
Yes.
And I'd like to share a little bit about the symbolism and the experience of trees with our guest.
Trees. I come from the Pacific Northwest.
Right.
So people, say, "Oh, you must be a tree hugger," and I'm like, "Yes, I am actually."
Don't knock it till you've tried it, right?
Right. Don't knock it till you try it. And literally, like, I'm not just an environmentalist. I am, but I do hug trees. And we were just talking that I had just seen a post in social media about scientists have discovered that trees actually have a heartbeat. And not a physical heart, but a pulsing rhythm that represents the way they move the fluids and the sap through their system. And each tree has its own unique signature.
Oh, that part I didn't know.
Yeah, and so they can identify a tree by its specific pulse. So I thought that was fascinating.
I like that.
I know.
So for me, I grew up in Chicago, just outside of Chicago. Trees were really important. On our little bit of land that we had, I think it was a walnut tree and a pear tree. It was apparently at one point this had been farmland, and they'd come in and build houses on it. And the trees were like always there. I remember reading by trees and the squirrels in the trees. And, back in the Midwest, we didn't necessarily have the idea of hugging trees. 50 years ago, hugging trees in the Midwest wasn't really popular. And I yet found myself always wanting to sit by a tree or experience it. And I find that for me, and this is something you'll enjoy because Jen just gave this to me for my birthday.
Oh, beautiful.
It's a chakra stone tree.
Oh, that's lovely.
I found for me, it helped me to feel connected to the earth.
Yeah. Yeah, trees are grounded and they stay put and they get to know the place that they live. And they notice the who of the people and the animals that come by. There was a video, I think it was a Forest Service video, that was showing the animals that it was focused on a tree. As the black and white video, how they motion sensor activated.
Right.
And it was focused on the tree, and it showed the course of the animals that had come through the forest over the year. And there were animals that they came by the tree. The tree became the center point for a lot of their activities. So the bears would come and rub their backs, and the other animals would come, and they would always check in with the tree. It was fascinating, and so I thought they designed the path to go past the tree, and they made the tree part of their experience.
Well, that must have been a very generous spirited tree
that
had that rhythm to it. I like that tree. So it's fantastic that we have these opportunities to talk about these different ideas, because a lot of times people don't know how to verbalize it, and I think that's one of the things with people like you and I who do have the gift of time and awareness, that we've learned to verbalize things that are real human experiences that other people might not have thought to put into words, and therefore, if it's not in words, it kind of gets lost in the chaos.
Yeah.
And so before we go on, I want to say, for those of you who are new to the show, Jen is our person in the control room who makes everything work, and she's amazing, and this was her birthday present to me. So thank you, Jen, for always being awesome and knowing exactly the right thing. So thank you.
Yeah.
We were also talking about the symbol that you have here, which is, I looked at it, I was raised Catholic, and so I was raised with Mary and the Sacred Heart, or Jesus Christ and the Sacred Heart, and so I looked at that, I immediately recognized the symbolism of the Sacred Heart, but it's from an entirely different culture.
Yeah, it comes from the Hawaiian culture. It's part of the lineage of Huna. I know we'll be talking about that in another interview. It is the symbol for the sacred light of love. And I wear this symbol as a reminder to always speak from my heart. So we have a saying that, let love be your shield. So if you're going to put up a shield, and we all do, it's a necessary thing, especially if we're sensitive to energy. If you are going to put up a shield between you and someone else, let it be love. And so this is my constant reminder. I have one that's silver as well, and it makes me happy. And I've noticed too, and so I'm initiated into this symbol, and so it's like a Reiki symbol, yeah.
Yeah.
You can I know how to call that energy and bring it into a space, or I use it a lot for healing energy. I'll use it with my animals when I'm holding them in the morning, saying good morning, and I'll just emanate this energetic symbol. And they just melt. It just melts them, it melts me, and it just creates a beautiful energy in the space.
So I want to talk a little bit for our audience, because people are at different levels of relating to the idea of energy. When I first started taking Reiki, and Reiki is a way of intentionally calling in a specific healing energy, and there are prayers that you say and symbols that you use like in any other system, that help to set the tone for that energy. So I know that for me, when I was first learning about this, I would explain it to people that it's like learning to tune yourself into a radio station.
Yeah.
So for those who are maybe new to the idea of energy and bringing specific frequencies in, what would you say to them to help them understand it?
Well, I think that's a really good analogy, that we're tuning in, right? You could also think of it as sound, right? Just sound is a great example of that. So the difference in the way you feel when you're on the piano and you're playing a high note, ding, 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 versus a low note, don, 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 it resonates inside of your body differently. And each key that a song is written in will generate a different energy, a different feeling in the audience.
That's why we go to different concerts or listen to different music based on how we want to have our feeling reflected or our mood changed.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so that's just a beautiful way that the universe teaches us that there's a resonance present in everything. It's easy for us to get it with our senses and our tactile experience of it through sound. Underneath that is the metaphysical aspect of energy, that there is an energetic frequency that represents the hardness of this cup, or the softness of each one of these crystals has a resonant energy.
Right.
And so when you begin to understand that the vibrational frequency that holds these atoms together and forms a ceramic experience, or the vibrational energy that comes together that represents you, and it's generated through your thoughts, first and foremost through your thoughts, also through the emotions and how you amplify those emotions, and through the foods that you eat and the place that you live. And so you'll find oftentimes people will say, oh, I'm a desert person, or oh, I'm a mountain person, I'm an ocean person. That's the energy, the resonance that they're connecting with.
I like that. And You know, when you think about this idea of resonance and you think about frequency in music, one of the things that it says, one of the things it says in the Bible, one of the things Jesus is quoted as saying is, all things are possible under the Creator. All things are possible in love.
Yeah.
And so we need to be aware of the fact that these symbols and these different tools help us tap into those energies which are available to us for healing and uplifting ourselves. So, Kymm, we're going to close this segment and come back again.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us today. Remember to like, comment, and share so we can bring you more awesome people and metaphysical ideas for living well. I'm Naomi Eklund, and thank you, our audience, for joining us on Metaphysical Life Support. Our purpose is to provide thoughtful and practical ways to explore the metaphysical realities of your life, to see where life starts in our most powerful journey toward manifesting the strength of our soul on this earth.